Hey guys, today I want to talk to you about mistakes that expats make moving abroad, living here in the Philippines especially, because that's where I live. And we all make mistakes, and there's nothing wrong with making a mistake. We need to learn from our mistakes. But most important, while we're watching YouTube and we're listening to stories, let's learn from other people's mistakes. When somebody makes a mistake or something goes terribly wrong for them, let's figure out what it was and let's try to avoid those mistakes. One of the biggest mistakes I see expats making here in Dumaguete and up in Cebu, they're financing cars. Now, why are you buying a car if you can't pay for it in cash? If you buy a car in cash, you can put it in your name. It's your car. If you break up with your girlfriend, if you move, you can take it with you. You own it. As long as you're here in the Philippines and you have a legal visa, you have no issues. Get yourself a driver's license. That car is yours. If you finance a car, here's where the problems begin. Normally, you'll need a Philippine girlfriend to put the car in her name so she can make the payments, because chances are you're not going to be able to get finance. You're going to have her finance the vehicle. You're going to have to make the payments. Well, what happens if you break up with the girl? All the money that you put down, all the payments you made, say you're together for a year and it's a 36-month note. You've made 12 payments, you put the down payment down, you paid for the registration, the insurance, you break up with the girl, you lose the car. It's gone. It belongs to her. And the chances are she can't make the payments. So it's going to go back to the dealership. And the dealership is the one who's making out. The interest rates are not cheap. They are pretty high here in the Philippines. And you have to make those payments, and it goes back to the dealer. So there you are, 1 year of payments, the down payment and everything else you put into the car, and you have nothing. That is a big financial mistake here in the Philippines, is to buy something on credit and not pay it off, because a lot of relationships, just like back home, divorce, happens to almost everybody back in the States. Breakups here happen all the time. I want to tell you about a big mistake a YouTuber made 2 years ago I was watching. And he's no longer on YouTube, so don't ask me who he was or where does he live. I don't know where he's gone. He's totally disappeared off the YouTube scene. But he showed people best place to hide your money. And he was giving advice on, you bring money here to the Philippines, you got U.S. money, where do you hide it? Well, in his video, he took his refrigerator and he pulled it away from the wall and he showed the back of the refrigerator. And there's plenty of places back there to take an envelope full of cash, tape it to the back of the refrigerator, and nobody can see it, and push it back against the wall. Well, he put that on YouTube. He said, this is the best place you can hide your money when you're here in the Philippines. Well, 2 weeks later, he was robbed. And what happened? His refrigerator was pulled away from the wall and somebody stole the money. If you have money in your home, you have jewelry in your home, you have a safe and you put that money and jewelry in that safe, important papers, your passbook, your credit card, whatever you have in there, don't let people know that you have that. If you have a little safe, hide it. Don't leave it out in the open where people who make deliveries, like if they bring you drinking water, or maybe the landlord comes in, or maybe a cleaning lady comes in, and they can see that safe just sitting there. And if it's not a giant safe, the kind that nobody can pick up, but if it's just a small safe that somebody can pick up and carry out of the house, don't advertise that you have anything in the safe. Hide the safe. Don't advertise you have a lot of money in your home. Keep that at a minimum. Privacy is the best policy. If people know you have a lot of money hidden in your house, they're going to come and visit your house. So, don't share with people, and don't keep a lot of money in the house. Once you're situated here in the Philippines and you can open up a bank account, keep all your money in the bank, get a debit card and take your money out as needed. It's foolish to have a lot of money in the house. One guy I know, he invested in a Sari-Sari store. Now, my God, guys, a Sari-Sari store? You know what that is? That's just a little store on the corner where the neighborhood kids and families come and buy things cheap. The markup on most items are 1, 2, or 3 pesos. It's not much at all. And you as a foreigner investing in your family or your girlfriend in a Sari-Sari store, you're just going to be the guy that restocks the inventory. They're going to sell the items. They're going to give items away. They're going to give items away on credit, and nobody's going to pay them. And you're going to be responsible for restocking the shelf. You'd be better off just giving them an allowance than doing something like that. Don't invest in a small business that's not going to turn any profit, even if it's run right, let alone one that's run bad. And if you're financing it, you're buying the Coke, you're buying the beer, you're buying the cigarettes, you're buying everything to go up on the shelf, and they're selling everything and giving a lot away to family and friends. So Sari-Sari store investments is probably the top, I'm going to call it the top thing you can do wrong here in the Philippines when it comes to investing, is a Sari-Sari store. Let me know what you guys think. Would you invest in a Sari-Sari store? One day I was in a coffee shop. Guy comes in, he's sitting down. A foreigner comes in. We never met him before. He just introduced himself. We invite him to sit at the table with us. We start talking. My friend starts talking about he's got a pain. The pain's been bothering him for a long time. He can't get any meds for that. This foreigner from nowhere just reaches into his pocket and hands out some pills. And I go, what are those? He goes, those are pain pills. I said, put those back in your pocket. Go away. Go away from us. Don't come here with the idea of sharing your medications with other expats. Coming here and sharing your pain meds and the opioids you might have. Maybe you snuck some weed into the country and you got away with it. Don't come around sharing that. Don't get caught with drugs. That is a big mistake, having drugs here in the Philippines. They don't look at that kindly. If you get caught with pot, you get caught with opioids, or you get caught with any illegal medication, that could cost you a long time in jail. And I'm not talking about the friendly jail. You could go to prison for that for a long time. I met a guy once in Darwin, and he shipped over a whole bunch of stuff. And this is a big mistake. He made it, but many people make this mistake. He shipped over all his tools. He was a tradesman. He was a master carpenter. And he thought he could come here to the Philippines and get a job as a carpenter. He goes, hey, Darwin, they're building a lot of houses. There's got to be a lot of carpentry work. Maybe I can build furniture, or I can work on the construction sites. Man, don't think coming to the Philippines that you're going to get a job. Now, if you have a hobby and you're going to make a piece of furniture and you're going to sell one piece here and there, yeah, maybe you can, but you can't get wood to build these nice pieces of furniture. And you'll never get a job. If you're a carpenter and you think you can go out to some construction site and tell them, hey, I'm a master carpenter, I want a job, you're not going to get one. You're not going to get one. If you're here on a tourist visa, you can't work. So don't come here thinking you're going to get a job. And that goes for all you guys who think you're going to come here and be a cook. You're going to come here and you're going to be a manager at a call center, or you can work at a call center because you speak English, and that you'll find some job, even a minimum wage job. And even if you were lucky enough to find that job, are you willing to be working for $3, $5, $10 a day, an 8 to 10 hour day, 6 days a week? I don't think so. That is a big mistake. A lot of guys come over here thinking they'll be able to find some sort of work. I have every day people asking me, Mike, can I get a part-time job when I'm in the Philippines? Can I get a job being paid under the table cash here in the Philippines? No. And if you do, it pays nothing. Don't come here if you need to work. If you still need to work and earn a living, you're going to have to do it probably on social media. You're going to have to be some sort of digital nomad, YouTube, some sort of travel blogs. You're going to be doing something. Maybe you work for an American company online. You can do all that, but establish that back home in the U.S., back in your home country. Don't come here thinking you're going to start a career here in the Philippines. No way you're going to get a job as a dishwasher. No way you're going to get a job as a housemaid. No way you're going to get a job as a cook. You're just not going to get a job. They're going to hire Philippines first. You know what they're saying in the U.S. right now? America first. Well, here in the Philippines, it's Filipinos first. If there is a job that a Filipino can fill, no foreigner can have that job. And on my list of the biggest mistakes expats make when they come to the Philippines, not obeying or understanding the immigration laws. A lot of guys think, hey, if I overstay, it's no big deal. It isn't. If you overstay 1 month or 2 months and then you go into immigration and you get caught up on your fees and your fines, there's no problem. There's none at all. But don't think that you can miss 6, 7, 8 months, a year, and then just turn yourself in and get a free ticket back to the U.S. It doesn't work that way. There are many people who are in jail here in the Philippines for overstay. Matter of fact, the number one reason people end up in the jails here in the Philippines, foreigners, it's because they are overstayed on their visa. That is the number one reason a lot of people end up in jail. Now, that jail could be a week, it could be a month, it could be a year, but you will go to jail if you're overstayed and they find out. So take care of your overstay matters. Make sure you understand the visa laws. Make sure you understand the laws involved with exiting the country, getting what they call an exit visa. That's a big mistake. People come here and they don't understand the laws of the visa. If you don't understand it, hire an agency, hire JRC, hire HEIDI. It's C&G Consultant. I put a link down below to her. You can contact her if you have any questions or if you have any issues with immigration. But I saved this one for last. And this is the biggest mistake of all, is coming here underfunded. This is very serious. Everything else is a little comical, a little funny, having a Sari-Sari store, financing a car, all these things, a little bit comical. And most of us aren't going to do stuff like that. But coming here underfunded. A lot of guys come to Dumaguete, come to Cebu, come all over Southeast Asia, and don't have much of an income. And they think they can live $500, $600 a month, $700 a month, $1,000 a month. That's not living, guys. That's surviving. It's not the best life you can have. There's a lot of guys who live out in the province. They want to live the province life. They live in a rundown boarding house or apartment, with holes in the wall, the air conditioning. It's not insulated. If it has air conditioning at all, it's not in a very safe neighborhood. They're eating a lot of street food, and they get sick easy because they're eating food they're not used to. The food's not prepared right, or it's been out in the sun too long, or the water's contaminated. All these things happen when you're living a very low budget life here in the Philippines. Like I said, you're just surviving. You're not living. You're not enjoying your life. Coming here underfunded is terrible. Going broke in a foreign country. I just can't imagine it. You're sitting here and you have no money, and the only way you're going to get out is to beg somebody to help you. It's not something any of us want to do, but it is something you'll have to do if you go dead broke here in the Philippines. The stories on YouTube are everywhere about broke expats, and the vast majority of broke expats have done one of these many mistakes: buying things they can't afford, spending too much money on investments, on a business that will never succeed, financing a vehicle, taking out a loan for a friend. All these things are expensive and will cost an expat to go broke. Coming here underfunded and thinking you're going to be able to get a job and earn a second income, it's not easy. Thinking you can come here and start a YouTube channel once you're here in the Philippines and needing that to make money, to have that grow your wealth so you can survive here. It can happen, but it's tough. It's very hard. And your expectations have to be low. You have to think you're only going to make a little bit of money. You're not going to make a great deal amount of money. So coming here underfunded is the number one mistake expats make, the ones that go broke. the ones that end up going home with their tail between their legs and wishing they would have done it a different way. Maybe they just came too early. Maybe they should have waited a couple more years. While you're waiting to come here to the Philippines and you're on a time schedule, maybe you're on a 2-year plan, 3-year plan, 5-week plan, go get a part-time job. Make a couple extra bucks. Every dollar you make is one more dollar you have once you get here. So guys, careful of the mistakes one can make here in the Philippines. The list of mistakes you can have are numerous. Who knows how many mistakes you can make? Guys, let me know a mistake that you've seen somebody make. Maybe another YouTuber posted about it and I don't know about it yet. But guys, make sure you understand what you're getting into when you come to the Philippines. Until next time.